Today's video is sponsored by Coconut Monkey Electronics for custom handmade pickups in a variety of cool colors and materials and custom rewinds. Check out their website and take their perfect pickup quiz. And remember, when you support my sponsors, you support this channel, and I sure appreciate it. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Brad the Guitarologist here. I'm going to do something today I've been putting off for a little while. I'm going to open this mystery package that I got from Banggood.com because we've got some things coming up, some projects where I'm going to need one of these. And I was shopping around for one anyway, and I happened to notice on their website they had a few. So I just asked my representative, I was like, hey, you know, next thing you send me, can you send me one of these? So it's kind of killing two birds with one stone. I was going to have to buy one regardless, and in this instance, I managed to get one for free, so it's win-win for me. And what this is a Microscope Station. Most of the guys who do board level soldering quite a lot, you know, they have some really nice, sophisticated microscopes and setups that make things easier to see when you're talking about microscopic levels. And it looks like it's constructed of aluminum. See, this allows you to adjust the height. Got decent bearings in there, feels like. This also comes with built-in LED lights, which I think is important. If you don't have good lighting on your work, you're not going to be able to see shit. This has got a monitor too, and we're going to see what the resolution on the monitor looks like on the monitor itself. And also it has an output, obviously, where you can send your feed by HDMI to another monitor, which I actually have conveniently. It has a microphone. I don't know what RE is, but cool. Yeah, we'll get into that stuff a little bit later. Power supply. Got two power supplies. I think one might be for the lights and the other one is for the this unit. The base looks like it's constructed of aluminum as well. It's kind of got a brushed aluminum look to it. Well, we have some articulated arms here that allow you to set your lights, which is going to be really, like I said, it's going to be really important. This has an extra nut here, so you can position this how you like it, so that it's, you know, facing forward, and then you can turn this bottom nut here to tighten it down. Okay, so this should hold my scope. Just on first examination, it looks like a rather small lens for what it is, but we'll see how it operates. This is the only downfall of some of these Banggood products. Sometimes you don't really get adequate instructions. You're just basically expected to know what you're doing. Yeah, I think that's correct. And then you can move it up and down on your work. It does come with an HDMI cable, which is, you know, always nice. You don't have to run out and buy an HDMI cable. The LEDs also have a switch, so you can turn the LEDs on and off independently of this unit. Okay. Right on. And again, the cool thing about this is I can record in 1080 directly on this unit, and it has a microphone, so I should be able to do part of my videos using this unit. So that might end up being pretty nice for some of these projects. So let's see how close down we can get. Found a fault here. My adjustment screw is actually bumping up against these. Would have been better to have these LEDs mounted a little further out, like toward the edges, and then have this base maybe slightly larger footprint, so you could move these out, and then you would have more room for the adjustment screw. But as is, I might have to come out like this or something. Maybe I can bend these and articulate them outward and then come back. Yeah, I guess I can. So it's not the end of the world, but just kind of a design oversight. Oh, look at that! And see, I'm filming this screen, so it's not going to be as high resolution as it could be on the screen. But you can see there. I mean, I'm going to be able to see very, very clearly some very small things. I'll be able to see traces very small. Zoom in on them, focus them, and do my soldering right here on the station. Alright, let's hook up the HDMI cable now to my bigger monitor. Okay, well, here's one thing I don't like. Apparently when you plug in an HDMI output on this thing, this screen disappears. That's fantastic. Some of these components on newer stuff, like that resistor for instance, that's something that without a microscope is extremely difficult. And this is going to make it a lot easier. It looks excellent in person. I don't know what it's coming across as up there, but it looks fantastic in person. Let's look at some other things. I mean, like this little line right here, like if that was a crack, like a little hairline crack on that resistor, it's not, but if it was, you know, you would be able to see that very easily. And that's not something you would be able to see without this scope. And the other thing too is you can adjust the height. Like if this thing is in my way, if it's too low down here and I can't quite reach a part or something, you know, again, I can just raise it so that I have more room to work, and then I can adjust the focus and just zoom in on the part. And that's probably about the scale I would like to be at anyway, just for general work, because I can see, you know, some of the things around this, and I can see the traces and kind of where they're going. Where I, you know, how far I was in earlier was maybe a little bit too far. This makes it easier to kind of look around on a board. And even if you don't use this for electronic work, I mean, this is just kind of cool for the kids to even mess around with. Okay, you guys have got to check this out. This is my old iPhone. Look at all this crud around the button, and look at how many detailed scratches you can see. But this is really the most interesting thing to me. Look, this is the screen over here. Let's zoom all the way down. Okay, so that's lowered all the way down. Now let's focus it. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's freaking incredible. This is the screen over here, okay? You can see in detail, you can see the lines going this way as well. But look at this, look at all this. There's a whole freaking world in here, dudes. Look at this. I know this shouldn't be news to me, you know, I know all of this, but it's fascinating just seeing it on the screen. You can see a crack right there in the screen running out this way. Wow, you can see it. You can see kind of a hairline crack running this way too. This is why the future belongs to the machines. And like Frankenstein's monster, when the machines become self-aware, we will be in real trouble. This is just some finger crud. Look at this crap. Hang on. Let's see if we can't actually focus on it. Can't focus far in enough. It's too close. There we go. Look at that. Yummy. Look at that. What the f is all of that? What is that? Skin cells and who knows what else. Speaking of skin cells, do not look at your fingers. Do not. Just believe me. Don't look at your fingers under this. Here, I'll look. You can look at my finger. Okay? This is going to be the nastiest crap you've ever seen. But here's my finger, okay? And I'm very sorry for all the ladies I've ever touched. But look at this. It's like a little... There's a little cuticle wound right there. But look at the way the skin is put together. I mean, it's like you can see the layers. You just can't... This is the kind of shit you just cannot unsee. There's a piece of my guitarist's callus hanging off right there. See that piece of skin hanging off? That's a piece that would flake off and go inside of an iPhone or something. This will really make you want to wash your hands, because look at this, okay? Normally you can't see anything on my finger. My finger just looks clean. But this really makes me want to wash my hands. Look, you can see the pores. You can see my sweat glands. Look at the little dots. You can actually see my freaking pores. Look at the sweat coming out right there. Look at you can see it coming out. My hands are sweating. Look at that. I mean, you can just see little bits of dirt. Oh my God. Look at that. I mean, what's that piece of crap that's on there? Look at that. What is that? What is that? Is that a bug?
Our skin itself hides a miniature world from the normal view of our eyes. When seen at high magnification, an alien landscape appears.
Oh, see, I gotta go wash my hands now. Okay, Izzy, tell me where we're going.
Well, we're going on a specimen trip, and I really hope we go in a forest with foxes.
A forest with foxes? What kind of specimen trip? What are we gonna collect?
Well, we're gonna collect specimens. Then, well, first we're gonna get some food.
Okay, and then we're gonna collect specimens, and then what are we gonna do with the specimens?
Well, we're gonna take them home and study them with the microscope.
Cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
High five.
Woo.
Whoops.
And if you want to go on a specimen trip, pack a specimen bag,
Yep.
binoculars, detective hat,
Yeah.
and have a backpack with a water bottle, a comic book in case you want something to read, and 3 little guys in case you get a bit lonely.
Awesome. Let's go.
That's what I packed. It's the best thing. I can't wait.
Specimen trip. Let's do this.
Well, I do know where the Arctic and fennec fox live.
Okay.
All right, now I'm going to my window. I'm going over to see. Wow, this is cool. This is very cool.
It's neat, isn't it?
I know. I'm glad you brought the binoculars. Helicopter.
Helicopter. Look at Izzy. Look at the helicopter.
Where is it?
And a clover. Oh my God, a clover? And poop.
No, not poop. God.
Poop.
There's poop. We get a poop specimen.
No, we won't. There will be no poop collected today.
Let's see, what about this right here? What do you think? Look here. What about that? Here, okay, so look at your specimen bag. Look, this isn't grass. You know what this is? These are onions. Look. These are wild onions. Look.
What the hell is a wild onion?
It's a wild onion. That's what it is. Look.
Is it an onion in the wild?
It is, and if you were real desperate and you were out here and you had to eat, this would be what you would eat.
So you could go to Denny's, which is around the corner.
See that? Okay, let's take that with us.
I
Let me see. Let me see.
Yeah, no, it's a specimen.
Oh, it's a spring onion.
It's a spring onion, yeah,
Yeah, put
specimen.
that in your bag.
Grandma, look. Come on, Dad. We're losing Mom. Let's go. All right.
Okay, we got some moss off of a tree. That's a good specimen. That'll be a good one for the microscope. What do you think, Iz? All right. This will be a good specimen.
Yeah, ow.
Yeah, it's not easy to collect, is it? Ow, it just went right under my thumbnail.
Chew it off.
Yeah.
Here, you want me to film so you can two-hand it?
Here, let's put your butt cheeks around it and squeeze, honey.
Can we not? Can we raise the tone a little bit?
Raise the tone.
It doesn't need to be on YouTube.
Hang on now.
Now you're gonna get rabies from a bush.
I'm gonna get rabies from a bush. I thought you just said raise the tone.
Okay, I'm the leader, so you guys gotta follow me.
All right, we'll follow you. You're gonna lead us into the forest.
Okay.
See the microscopic hairs that are on there? Those are meant to make it really unedible for an animal. Okay, and that's gonna be a good.
Let's
specimen.
test that out. You first.
This isn't a Tide Pod challenge. We're not teens.
It's
We're
the
not
edible
idiot teens.
spikes.
I left those days long behind
Tide
last week.
Pod was so last month.
Okay, guys.
Ooh. No, what is it? Oh. There's a little dude in the...
Gonna put it in here.
Okay.
We've got to pick up one of these cockabirds.
Okay, pick one up. Let's collect one for our specimens.
Have to be careful, they're spiky.
Okay,
Let's
collect
pick
one.
Up with the stem, so we don't get spikes.
It's a hat.
It's a hat.
Look at this. Look at it.
It's horrible.
Is it safe?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I wouldn't eat it.
It's like pig snout lichen.
It's definitely a form of mushroom. But look at this. Look at this one. Let's collect this little guy. Because he's kind of small. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, my God. He's awesome. It is pig snout. Look at his pig snout.
Put it in.
You're exactly right.
Daddy, it's not funny. Wow, that's cool. That's pretty cool.
That is cool. Okay, so this gentleman gave us permission to come and look. Don't touch. Don't touch, sweetheart. Is that your battery pack there?
Yeah,
or okay.
There's two of them, so
What are you running it on?
it's 12S 6,000 packs.
Is this what we use to fly in?
Yeah, that's the radio.
Is that your sensor for your
That's a
radio
receiver.
receiver?
Yeah, that's the receiver.
Very cool. Did you put this one together yourself?
Well, it kind of comes all the big pieces.
Uh-huh.
You just have to kind of assemble it.
Right. Amazing.
Is there gonna be smoke?
Nope. There's no smoke.
No smoke.
It's just an electric motor, so it doesn't make much noise either.
It's super cool.
Yeah, it's a nice flying airplane.
Wow. There are a
Oh.
lot of buttons on that. How
Where
do
did you
fly
buy it, if you don't mind me asking?
I ordered online from Extreme Flight.
Okay. I've noticed a lot of this sort of thing like on Alibaba and Banggood and those Chinese sites
Yes.
too. Are those planes any good, do you know?
Some can be, and it's just hard to know unless you have. A lot of people buy from there,
Right.
but you can also get a lot of junk that doesn't fly that great.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
So, unless someone has experience with it or really good reviews, you have to be a little bit careful with it.
Right.
Get really good ones for, the plane itself for a couple $100. You can get a really good foam model.
So did you just crash this one today?
Yeah, just a few minutes ago.
Did you? How long had you had it?
I've had it for a couple of years, but this has been a plane that has never flown well.
Right. Well, I'm sorry I missed your crash.
It was pretty spectacular.
It looks it. So you're just salvaging parts?
Yeah, I can reuse most of the electronics.
Did anything bad happen?
Yeah,
Did it fall apart?
when it hit the runway nose first, it did.
Wow, I like your plane.
Oh, thank you.
That's the ballast I had in that.
Oh, yeah. I could feel it when I lifted up the nose. Good Lord have mercy.
Is that a piece of lead for balance? Yeah.
Yeah, to balance it. Some planes you have to balance and some you don't.
Right.
A nicer plane usually come pretty balanced, and the cheaper ones usually have to balance them out.
Is it kind of trial and error?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it happens. I'll tell you what.
Well, you know where the center of gravity is supposed to be. So you're trying to just get the plane to balance on that center of gravity.
Right.
Like you said, they should come from the factory pretty balanced.
A lot of them do.
This one did
Some of
not.
them don't. My kids, they love playing on the simulator more than coming out to the field.
Right.
I love it.
What kind of simulator is it?
It's just I mean, one that you download on your computer. It has a controller that looks just like all of our controllers kind of look the same.
Right.
But it looks just like that, and it's as realistic as you could imagine.
Yeah, there's a couple of them out there. I've got 2 of them, and the Phoenix, you can actually use your radio.
Right. Yeah, they're just regular radios. They all kind of look the same. I learned to fly on a simulator, and
Cheaper that way, I imagine.
well, I can tell you this: I practiced on that simulator for a solid 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
They're not too
Bought
hard
a
to
plane, flew it the first day, no problem. Took off, landed, like I've been doing it for years.
Right.
If you bought a plane like any of these out here and you didn't have a simulator and you tried to fly it,
Yeah.
it's going to crash.
It's going to crash.
There's no
Yeah.
2 ways about it.
Especially with the variances in wind and everything, you just can't predict. I would
Without
imagine.
having the experience, you're going to crash.
Right.
And that's where the simulators come in. And years ago, they didn't have those. You had to hook up to somebody else's radio and take off, and that person has backup control over the plane.
Yeah.
That's a pretty neat plane.
Are you cool with me filming your plane? Is that yours?
Yeah,
or?
it's mine.
Okay,
Yeah, you're
okay.
totally fine.
I didn't know if it was this gentleman's or
Oh,
not.
man, you're all good out here, man.
Okay. I appreciate that, man.
Man, this is not the country club.
Although some people out here think it would be.
I used to think that. When I used to fly with the hippies down at the water tower, I used to be like, oh, you guys at Tom Sawyer, they all have patches on them.
They're official.
Country club, you know.
We get our excellence awards.
Cool. Let's see. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Academy of Model Aeronautics.
Yeah,
Cool.
we got that for our effort to for kids, Wings for Kids.
Yeah.
We put that on every year.
Cool.
When is it, Mark? May 2nd?
Wings for Kids?
Yeah.
I think so. The schedule's out there on the bulletin board.
Smooth landing.
Kind of crappy landing, dude.
Was it crappy? I can't tell.
It was awesome.
I thought it was pretty smooth.
It was. He's just uses it all the time, so it's like it's a shooting landing.
Years ago, you couldn't fly a plane like that unless it had a combustion engine on it.
Yeah.
Now with the battery technology and the motor technology where it is nowadays, it's just changed the sport, the hobby.
That fly?
There's a flight. Where is he? He's inside the cockpit?
Yeah. He had a little flight when the plane took off.
So he must have been scared to
there
death.
are holes. There are holes right here.
Oh.
But I think the guy in there is distracting him from getting to the holes.
Yeah. I think if that fly went up in the airplane, he probably would have been really scared. What do you think?
I don't know. Well, maybe because they did go upside down, right?
He would at least be confused, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, because he wasn't even flapping his wings.
Right. So what are you doing now? Are you adjusting the...
No, I'm just taking it off.
Oh, you're done for the day? I see.
So
How do you disassemble it?
well, these are just screws that hold it down.
Oh, okay. Does the whole wing come off, or do you have to transport it?
No,
Okay.
I take the wing off. Yeah, the wings just slide out.
Right. Do they bolt on from the inside there?
Yes. There's just bolt here the whole time.
And it's made of, like, what, balsa?
Yes. It's balsa and some it's called like ultra coat that it's covered in. It's
like
a fabric.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Like a plastic film.
Yeah, that's very flimsy stuff.
Yeah.
Go around it. How about I go around it?
Alright, there are a couple different ways that you can get your information off of one of these units. The first way is to remove your micro SD card and to put it in your computer if you have an SD card reader, or you can just plug it into your computer. The unit will power on, and in a moment it's going to ask me if I want to use this as a mass storage device or a PC camera, so that's kind of neat. I could actually hook this unit up to my PC and capture video directly on the PC if I want to, or laptop or what have you. But in this case I'm going to use it as a mass storage device, so I will select mass storage device, and that's the select button is this top button on the right hand side up here. So we select mass storage, and this mass storage indication will stay on the screen here as long as it is in mass storage mode. From there, it's just a simple matter of navigating to the drive and finding your files. So you click on card V, and you will have movies and photos, and we want to copy all of these.
Monkey see, monkey do. Rather be dead than cruel. Every line ends in rhyme. Less is more, love is blind.
Alright, so that's going to conclude our presentation on this Andonstar microscope from Banggood.com. And if you guys would like to get something like this for yourself, I'll put a link down in the description, and also down in the first, I'll pin a comment. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button down below if you have, and for now, y'all take care.
Fashion shades, fashion style.